Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final episode of Journeyman Football Manager Rewind Theater with Zebu Nation. And it's Rewind Theater because we've gone back, rejected the Tottenham bid that, for our services. They bid for us for, my coaching expertise. But this time around, we turned them down. We stayed with the Wolves until the end of the season just to see how the season would come out differently and how things would end. So here we are. We're in the final match of the season, and basically things are pretty much exactly the same. Tottenham in sixth with 70 points, and then a big drop off between us, which are the Wolves, in seventh place. So I guess we're just fated to finish seventh place no matter what. This time around, though, we did beat out Bournemouth in the Tottenham save. Bournemouth overtook both of us and finished in sixth, and Tottenham finished in seventh. So I guess I'm just a seventh place manager no matter what I do, no matter which team I'm managing. Seventh place for me. Anyway, that's pretty good. We're gonna get into a Euro Cup competition, so that's a great achievement for the Wolves. It's a disappointment for Tottenham. It kind of shows you the differentiation in those two teams and their expectations. So we got one more game to play, and we're going to run through that real quick because, then we can look at the final stats of the year. So because there's no chance of us catching Tottenham, and there's no chance of Bournemouth catching us, we're going to play all of our youngsters in this final matchup. We got Mason Blake in goal, Sheaf and Lopez, the young fullbacks out there. We're going to bring in Whalen at central defense, our young Irish player, the young Irish player of the year. However that happened, I don't know. Courtney House has been with us for a very long time, but he's still only 25 years old, so I guess he's technically not a youngster anymore because he's over 23, but he's still pretty young. And we got one of the other Blake brothers, Keith Blake, at defensive midfield. Farid Karimi, who was one of our signees this year, who's only 21 years old, but he's a very good player, Iranian. So he's going to be an excellent player for the Wolves for a while. Conor Ronan, our other Irish player who we spent a lot of money on, going to be playing at central midfield. Javi Molina, again, our Argentinian advanced playmaker, is only 21, right? 22. He's 22 now. So he's an old man, I guess. But no, he's still young, still growing. Patrick Schick, back from an injury. I don't know how long he's going to last there, but we're going to play him. He's only 25 years old. Same with Chuba Akpom, another guy who's been with us for a long time, only 25 years old. Then the only interesting thing on the bench is that we brought up Kyle Blake, one of the other Blake brothers. He's not looking so hot at the moment, only 17 years old. Decided to bring him up, play him in the first team just to give him a little bit of experience up at the first team. I don't think he's ever going to show his potential. Definitely not the potential of his brothers. But he could actually reach their level. If they don't improve anymore, he could reach their level and be just as good as them. So it's kind of up to the other Blake brothers to see if they're going to improve or not. Anyway, that's going to be our team going into this final match versus Bournemouth. Oh, I didn't fast forward all the way to the end. So we got a little bit of time here to talk about the other issue going on, which is the FM18 beta. Now, in between the last video I made and this video, they sent out a definite announcement, or as definite as they're going to get, saying that the FM18 beta will be released on or before the 27th, which is this Friday. So, my plan of releasing these videos on the weekend kind of would be a little too late, because by that time everybody will be digging into FM18 already and nobody will have time for these kind of videos. So we're going to release these videos early, I guess Wednesday, Thursday, or maybe Thursday, Friday. I don't know, we'll see how that timing ends up. But yeah, so the demo is coming out on Friday, so we'll get our hands on it on Friday. And so now we want to talk about kind of our plans for FM18. And the plans right now are a little nebulous, but I got some sketches of some ideas of what I want to do. Now for the beta, I definitely want to do an in-depth dive into the MLS and see how they've fixed it, how they've, maybe added some features, hopefully added some stuff with the draft. I don't know exactly what they may or may not have done, but I'm hopeful that they'll have at least fixed some of the bugs that go along with the MLS saves. Most notably, the allocation money. The allocation money was out of control in FM17. Even after they fixed it, it was still out of control because the early bug was you would end up with billions of dollars, right? So they fixed it so that you only ended up with hundreds of millions of dollars. But that's still way too much. It's, for the MLS economy, $100 million is, 10 times more than you need, 100 times more than you need in many cases. Because, like, the most you can spend at any one time is 500,000. So if you've got 500 million, it doesn't matter. You can just spend all the money you want in the world and nobody cares. So hopefully they fix that little bug in their calculations and don't just move it on to FM18. But we shall see on that. But I definitely want to do a deep dive into the MLS for the beta, and that'll kind of be like a special feature of just maybe introducing people to the MLS, or just showing them what teams are there, what are good teams to take, what are more difficult teams to take, and that kind of stuff. Let's just go on. Let's just continue. Pep talk. We'll just rush through this stuff. Come on, guys, show me what you can do. Blah blah blah. All right, and then when it gets to FM18 proper, I definitely want to do a real MLS save because I just enjoy MLS the most. It's not that I don't like other leagues. I just, as an American sports fan, I just understand the MLS the most. The cities, the formation with the two conferences, all that, the playoffs, all that stuff just makes sense to me as an American soccer fan or American sports fan. So, I like the MLS, so I'll play an MLS save. But then I also want to play another save somewhere else in the world. Now, I do like the English lower leagues. That's kind of fun. Moving your team up the leagues is definitely fun. It keeps you striving to improve your team, improve your franchise, and get things. It just keeps things interesting when you're always moving up divisions. Now, my problem with the English leagues is that I find the Premier League a little bit boring. Now, maybe that's sacrilegious, but it's, I gotta be truthful here. Oh, there's a nice pass to Sheaf. Oh, what a goal. What a goal by the youngster. It's so nice having him out on the wing as a fullback. He's so versatile out there. He's got a few goals. In our cup competitions, he was like our leading goal scorer in some of our cup competitions. Probably why we lost those cup competitions, but still, it bodes well for him. It's a nice pass from Schick. And then Sheaf with the easy finish. So there we go. So yeah, I don't know. I just, the fact that there's no playoffs for the Premier League, the fact that there's no, like, the lower leagues, you get promoted, and Premier League, I guess you get to the Champions League, and I like the Champions League. I like the cup competitions. I find those very interesting. But if you don't get one of those, then you're just sort of playing for money. It's like a game show. How high can you finish, and how much cash can you have in your bank account? So I don't know that I'll start out with a Premier League team, even though, like, if you want to get views, that's the way you get views, right? But I don't know that I should be concerned with that, because these Football Manager videos that I put out get almost no views. My other videos on the channel get like 10 times the views that this gets. Even if I put out a Football Manager video every day, if If I put it out once a week, if I put it out just on the weekends, on Monday, it doesn't matter. It only gets, a handful of views no matter what. So I'm doing these really for myself, just for my own fun, my own benefit. So I might look at something like maybe the Scottish leagues. I've always been interested to check out some of those Scottish league teams. They've got a similar dynamic to the lower leagues of English football. So that's, kind of interesting there. Maybe a team that just I kind of like them for no particular reason, like Blackburn. I like Blackburn's logo, the rose, so I might try them out. QPR, the Queen's Park Rangers. I get a lot of players from them. When I play in a Premier League team, I always seem to find really good young players come from QPR. So maybe I'll play them and try to, build them up myself and try to actually get them promoted or something like that, just so they don't have to sell off all their good young players. But right now, those are kind of where I'm going. MLS save, lower league save, maybe QPR or maybe Scottish League. Okay, Sheaf again making a nice play there, 28 minutes. So it'll be interesting to get my hands on the beta. I talked about the new stuff going on in my last video. But it's just, I haven't had a sports game like this where I've wanted to play every year in a while. Probably since, what am I thinking here? Probably since NBA 2K, like 2015, 16, 17? 17, I really lost love with the basketball, with NBA 2K. I mean, I played 15, actually, no, I didn't play 14. I played 15 quite a bit. Played 16, pretty well. And then 17, I hardly played at all. I played maybe one season of 17 and then sort of lost interest. Maybe that had something to do with me discovering Football Manager. I don't know. I discovered Football Manager with FM16, so I've only been playing this game a little while. But now, I'm very excited for FM18 just to see what's going on, just to see what everybody in the community has to do. I'm looking at some of these other people out there, Lulujo and Gendo and people like that, Golden FM. They've got all their plans going on for FM18. Oof, there's Abel getting the equalizer in the 38th minute. Not that it matters that much. I mean, I'd like to beat this team. Who are we playing even? Brentford. I'd like to not lose to Brentford on the final match, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much. Sort of skips that one past Blake. So yeah, everybody else has their plans going and getting ready for FM18, and I think there's a lot of enthusiasm right now in the community. 45 minutes down. Let's be passionate. Keep going. You can still win. Yada, yada, yada. All right, so how are we playing here? We've been talking about FM18 for a while. Haven't had time to look at the game. There's a Palm gets fouled. That was quite a foul there, buddy. Oh, yeah, Ronan taking our free kicks. The free kick master. 17 free kicking. I guess that's what you get with 17 free kicking. I don't know. At least he doesn't rocket them over the goal like what most free kickers do. They just sort of bash it in the goal. And have you noticed that if you give your guy free kick with power, like they just lose all ability to get the ball on target? I've stopped training that skill just because it can take a decent free kicker and make them awful so that they never miss or never even get the ball on target. I mean, I guess if they do get the ball on target, it'll get there with speed, but it's just not worth the loss of accuracy that you receive. Molina gets there. All right, now we can start a counterattack. Molina gets it wide to Ekpom, drops it back to Ronan. I'm going to reset the offense. I don't even know what my instructions are right now. Counter is the instructions. That's pretty good. Karimi to Schick, out wide to Sheaf. Can he get his second goal? No, nice pass. but Akpom unable to finish. So it'll be interesting to see how the AI works next year in FM18. You know, not just on the field, although it will be interesting to see how things work on the field. They say they've improved the AI, especially in the terms of goalkeepers and the animations, too, for the goalkeepers. I know that seems to be a complaint year in and year out. Goalkeeper, goalkeeper, goalkeeper. You know, the animation just doesn't look fluid or whatever. But I don't know. I think it's okay. It's not as bad as people think. You know, the times when it's really bad is when you have a goalkeeper who's not match fit. I mean, that they can do some really stupid stuff when they're not match fit. But, you know, your typical match fit goalkeeper is pretty good. Pretty fine. You know, he doesn't make too many outlandish mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes here and there. It's just, you know, when you play season after season after season, you can sort of see them pile up, I guess. And I don't know, it just rubs some people the wrong way. Me, I don't mind it too much. It seems like part of the game to me. Well, it's interesting that Karimi took the captain's armband and not House. I guess 14 leadership is pretty good, but I would have figured House as one of the team veterans would have taken it. His leadership's only 11, I guess. But he's been assistant captain before. There's a nice tackle by House, but unable to win the ball. This looks like a pretty dangerous highlight. Oh, boy. Le Chief is out of there. It's going to be a red card no matter what. Even if it's a second yellow. No. Straight up red. All right. Not happy about that. So we're going to have to go to our typical, this is our 10-man formation. I run this formation so much because we have so many guys who get carded that this is like a normal formation for us. It's basically the diamond formation, as you can tell, with one striker instead of two. That's fine. All right. Get out of here. Here's the free kick. So now we're behind the 8 ball here. It's looking like if we get out of here with a draw, that will probably be good. To end the season on not a loss. Ronan drops it back to House. Interesting. I thought we would have blasted it forward, but I guess not. Molina now tries to get it forward. There's Schick. Should probably take Schick out. Coming off that injury, but, you know, we're already 80 minutes down, and he still seems pretty fine. So that's no problem. Whalen gets it forward to Schick. Gonna see if he can take on the whole defense by himself. Nope. Dong gets him. Kent now down the near sideline. I guess we've said everything we need to say about FM18. Now it's just get to the beta. You know, I thought about maybe doing a live stream, especially on that Friday or Saturday, you know, as soon as the beta comes out. But I think I might just do a quick video. We've also got Extra Life coming up, which is the charity stream. I did that last year. That was pretty fun. I might do it again this year with my comic book crew. So I don't know. Oh, there's Ronan with the free kick. Showing those skills, buddy. Nice job. 4th goal of the season. That's pretty good for a guy who's only had spot duty, really. And I think most of his goals have probably come off free kicks, too. So he was a good signing, if just for that, honestly. So yeah, we got the Extra Life live stream coming up in November. I believe it's after the 10th. I believe it's like the 11th maybe, so it might be FM18 will be out for one day, and maybe we could do the live stream then. That kind of makes sense. Because, I mean, a 24-hour live stream, you got to play a game that you can play for a long time, and FM is one of those kind of games where you can just sit there for hours and hours and hours. So that might be on the docket. You know, last year we played XCOM for 24 hours. XCOM 2 War of the Chosen is out, but I'm already doing a save of that. So I don't know that I want to do another save of XCOM 2. I don't know. There are several games here. Schick now. Nice save by Peacock Farrell. Nice name, buddy. I like that. So yeah, we got lots of options here. We're coming down to the final minutes. 2 minutes of stoppage time. We got about 10 seconds left, maybe less. There it is. Right on the nose at 2 minutes. So there you go. Finish out the season with a win for the Wolves. Doesn't change our position at all, but it's pretty good. Send assistant. Let's get out of here. Leave the match. And there we go. We now have sort of the off-season stuff, the emails to get through. We shall send our assistant to do that. Curtain comes down on the Premier Division, and look at that. Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United. So the top of the league was very different. Very, very different. Man United won it in the Tottenham save. They basically beat Arsenal on goal differential, but this time around, Arsenal just jumped ahead of everybody. 92 points on the season. That's pretty good. Plus, look at that. Both they and Man United had a plus 64 goal differential. That's insane. That's just crushing everybody. 29 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. 2 more wins than Man United. So good job, Arsenal, taking the title away from Man U in our turn back the clock save. Man U finished third, actually, to Chelsea, so that's, kind of a disappointment for them. Ben Sheaf has been suspended. I'll give him a warning. We had to suspend one of our 18-year-olds who kept going out at night to the bar and missing practice in the morning. He did it like 3 times. We had to fine him, 2 weeks' wages before he got back in line. Never had that happen. I've had like once or twice a season, maybe you'd have a guy, but this guy was like 3 weeks in a row, just bam, 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 missing practice. So I almost fired him. I probably should have fired him, but his contract wasn't up, so I figured, I wouldn't, just because I'm a nice guy, I guess. Anyway, what's your reaction to being linked with such a high-profile job as Man City? I don't know. Sure. Ronan impresses for the Wolves with a goal, so we received $36.25 million for finishing 7th place. So again, it's that thing where you're just sort of playing for prize money, and that's not an insignificant amount of money. That brings our finances up to $74 million, which is pretty good. But it's not the same as like playing for a championship. It's like getting into the playoffs, and now we got a chance to go win the championship of the league. It's just not the same amount of excitement. Anyway, the Wolves have paid out $2.5 million to be shared among the squad. That's like nothing. Ben Sheaf, yeah, accepted his warning. I mean, that was a pretty bad tackle. But, still, nothing really is going to come of that. Taylor delighted. See if we can get our end of the season emails here and look at the team and all that stuff. Nation Junior targets Man City job. I don't know. No comment. No comment. All right. If we don't get to the emails soon, we're going to end this video because we're just rambling, honestly. And, oh boy, 15 emails. All right. Wolves best 11. There we go. Patrick Schick, player of the season. Really? That's a shock. Bath and Akpom is a very close race, but why did Schick end up getting player of the match? He only had 18 appearances, 10 goals, 8 assists, 3 players of the match. Nice average, 7.32. Huh. Interesting. Goal of the season, Ben Sheaf versus Portsmouth. Signing of the season, Patrick Schick, I guess. Sure, why not? Young player, Javi Molina. Interesting. Schick, Ekpa, Molina, McGregor, McGinn, Blake. It's our team of the season. Garbett, Smith, Mawson, and Bath. Mignolet in goal. It's an interesting end to the season. Finished 7th, lost in 5th round in the FA Cup. Lost 3rd round in the EFL Cup. Not a great cup competitions for us this year. Average attendance, though, 30,000. That's pretty good. 97% full. 33 players played used this year. Highest in the Premier League. That's to be expected. That's how I do things. Yeah, end of the season team meeting. These are always fun. All right, the season is finished, and now it's time to focus on what to achieve going forward. I think we can win the title next year. Okay, I know from experience not to say that. Qualify for Champions Cup next year? I think it's too ambitious. Okay. Euro Cup, how about that? What? They don't even think we can. We just qualified for Euro Cup. Why can't we do it again next year? Whatever. Get out of here. Get out of here, you unambitious bunch of louts. All right. I think I've had enough with this season. I'm ready for FM18. Hopefully everybody else is ready for FM18 as well. So, I might have a new video as early as tomorrow, which would hopefully be Saturday if you see this video. Maybe Friday. I don't know. Whenever we get our hands on the beta, we're going to have a video out as soon as possible. So, until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.